It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 4th day of March, 2022. A strange morning here, folks. About 15, 20 minutes ago, Google Chrome, now I don't know if it was all of Google, but Google Chrome decided to crash on me. Now, that wouldn't have been anything major except that my StreamYard was tied into Google Chrome. My script for the day's show was tied into Google Chrome. Everything I had been working on my computer was tied into Google Chrome. And all of a sudden, I got nothing. So my blood pressure is back to normal, folks, because I rebooted and stood on my head and screamed and hollered and cursed quite a bit. And it's now working. So anyway, I ended up not losing anything, but I was in a panic. All right, today is National Tartar Sauce Day. Now, I don't mind tartar sauce depending on what fish I have. I tend to be more of a cocktail sauce person. But yeah, I guess depending on the fish, it's possible that I would use tartar sauce as well. However, I'm not going to run out and do something with tartar sauce. Matter of fact, we had fried fish for dinner last night and had so much. The three of us, my sister and brother-in-law and I, we brought a bunch home and we'll try to heat it up for dinner tonight. I don't know how good reheating fried food, but I mean, we had literally mountains of fried fish and shrimp and devil crabs and oysters and what else was out? Clams. Now, a wonderful fried food we had last night. Of course, I realize how unhealthy that is, but oh well. All right, we got a busy weekend with cruise sailings from North American ports. Now, keep in mind, folks, there is no show tomorrow, so I'm going to run through the entire list for the weekend. Today, from Port Canaveral, we got Independence of the Seas, Disney Dream, Carnival Liberty. Port Everglades, we got Wonder of the Seas gets underway. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Celebrity Equinox from Miami, we got Carnival Conquest, Freedom of the Seas, Scarlet Lady. Galveston Adventure of the Seas, I'll be on that in a couple weeks. Los Angeles, out in Long Beach, you got Carnival Radiance. In San Pedro, you got Navigator of the Seas. Tomorrow from Baltimore, Enchantment of the Seas. Down in Charleston, we got the ACL Independence. Port Canaveral, you got Carnival Elation, Disney Fantasy, and the Mardi Gras. West Palm Beach, the Grand Classica. Of course, that's soon to be Margaritaville, Paradise at Sea. Port Everglades, you got the Sky Princess, Celebrity Reflection, Celebrity Apex, and Allure of the Seas. Miami, the Celebrity Summit, Symphony of the Seas, Disney Magic, MSC Seashore, Norwegian Joy, Carnival Sunrise, Carnival Horizon, and Oceana Serena. Big day in Miami tomorrow. Tampa, you've got Brilliance of the Seas and Carnival Pride. Mobile, Carnival Ecstasy. New Orleans, Carnival Glory. Galveston, Carnival Breeze, Carnival Vista. Out in Long Beach, Carnival Panorama. And in San Pedro, Majestic Princess. Of course, Kenneth and Robin will be disembarking from the Majestic Princess tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we've got up in New York and Manhattan, you got the Norwegian Getaway Sails. Bayonne, you've got Anthem of the Seas. Down in Baltimore, Carnival Legend. Port Canaveral, Harmony of the Seas, Meraviglia, and Carnival Magic. Port Everglades, you got Odyssey of the Seas, Caribbean Princess, Celebrity Edge, Rotterdam, New Statendam, Island Princess. Miami, Carnival Freedom, Oasis of the Seas, Jewel of the Seas. Norwegian Encore, MC Divina, Azamara Quest. Out in New Orleans, Norwegian Breakaway. Galveston, Carnival Dream, Liberty of the Seas. San Diego, the Koningsdam. Long Beach, Carnival Miracle. San Pedro, Norwegian Bliss. Wow. the next 3 days are busy in the cruise industry. And of course, that's good news for all of us. So, headlines today, which we'll get to eventually here this morning. Celebrity to sail in the Mediterranean year-round for the first time. Norwegian brings back the Winemaker series. Some of you were very fond of that in the past. Carnival offers special fares for military. St. Lucia eases restrictions. Russian invasion continues to affect the tourism sector. American Cruise Line introduces the national park packages. Brazil cruise season finally is going to get started. Wonder the Sea's inaugural sailing is just hours away. Of course, the largest cruise ship in the world now. And a whole lot more live here at 11. If you're listening to the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from, including Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and all those others. As I am posting pictures and video clips from our family that's away on cruises, as I am this morning, or as I will be doing starting, let's see, how many days from now? 9 days from now, I will be on my next cruise. I will be posting pictures and clips as well on the shows. So anytime you want, if you're listening to the podcast, want to jump over on the video feed to check out pictures or clips, all you have to do is go down in the description of the podcast and there'll be a link to take you to the video feed. Because I had such tremendous feedback from yesterday's interview with Captain Mick of Active Disabled Americans, I'm leaving his links in the description of today's show for those that might have missed it. And it's a link to both the Active Disabled American website, to Mick's personal website, and to Mick's Facebook page are all there in the description of today's show. And for a feature on today's show, as I mentioned, Kenneth and Robin are going to get off the Majestic Princess. And Robin sent me a clip of the sea walk on the Majestic Princess, because she knows I've done a couple before, and she wanted to prove to me that she's as gutsy as I am. So she walked the sea walk for me. And that, believe it or not, folks, is 60 feet long, and it's something like 128 feet above the water, I believe. It's pretty impressive. So that's the sea walk. And this will... the water show on the Princess. I have a feeling that YouTube's going to ding me because of Purple Rain there. And of course, they were in Cabo. Was that yesterday, I think? And I just grabbed a couple pictures from Cabo. Lovely. I believe that's the sunset. I'm thinking Cabo, that would be more toward the east, maybe. I'm not sure if that was sunset or sunrise. It might have been sunrise, like looking back over the mountains from Cabo. That's probably sunrise as they were pulling into Cabo. And the lovely Majestic Princess, boy, what a gorgeous ship that is. I've not been on Majestic Princess. That's now well up on my bucket list. I really like the looks of that ship. And of course, that's what I call the money shot at Cabo out toward the arch. So, Kenneth and Robin, I know you're ending up your 2 cruises back to back. I've enjoyed your postings. Robin, thank you so much for doing that. It's been a delight to have it and use it as a feature on the show. So anyway, thanks to Kenneth and Robin. All right, I'll be back with today's news after a break from one of our network sponsors. All right, back for today's news. Celebrity Cruises has announced that for the first time ever, it will be sailing year-round in the Mediterranean starting in 2023. Celebrity Infinity will be adding on to its summer season with sailings in the Mediterranean from September to March of 24, marking the first time Celebrity will be spending the winter season sailing in the Mediterranean. The vessel will kick off the autumn season embarking on 9 and 10-night cruises, where guests will be treated to the best of the Iberian Peninsula. From October to January, Infinity will call Barcelona home as she embarks on 10 and 11-night itineraries and returns to Morocco for the first time since 2008. Guests will experience the whitewashed hills of Tangier, Morocco, explore local food vendors in Casablanca, and be treated to the beautiful landscapes of the Canary Islands, along with other destinations. Capping off the winter season, Celebrity Infinity will then return to Greece, where guests can embark on 10 and 11-night cruises to 3 continents in February and March of 2024, seeing sites like the Great Pyramids in Egypt, the Acropolis in Greece, Temple of Artemis in Turkey. Many sailings will offer overnight stays in destinations including Malaga in Spain, Porto in Portugal, Jerusalem in Israel, Alexandria in Egypt, and Athens in Greece. So Celebrity going to stay year-round in the Mediterranean now for the first time. Norwegian's popular Meet the Winemaker series is back by popular demand for the 6th year. The line is again tuned up with renowned wineries to create a seasonal program designed for wine enthusiasts and foodies at all levels. The cruise provides opportunities to engage with winemakers and other experts through a variety of seminars and activities, including tastings, wine-paired dinners, culinary demonstrations, and meet and greets on board. It's become very popular. The ships that will have it will be the Escape, Encore, Bliss, and Joy are the ones participating this year at various dates on various sailings. Not on all sailings, but on some. Carnival Cruise Line is offering a special cruise fares over the next week for members of the military. The special pricing includes up to 40% off on Carnival cruises, reduced deposits to $50 a person, and a bonus offer allowing kids to sail for $1 with guaranteed interior stateroom bookings. The rates are good starting today and will run through March the 9th of 2022. Active and retired U.S. military and Canadian National Defense members should select military rate while booking and then follow the provided instructions for submitting eligibility documentation to qualify. The government of St. Lucia has become the latest Caribbean destination to update its international arrival protocols, creating a simplified experience for travelers. Starting tomorrow, fully vaccinated travelers and in-transit passengers aged 5 and over can present a negative rapid COVID-19 antigen test or a rapid COVID-19 PCR test taking 1 day prior to entering St. Lucia. Travelers may also provide a negative PCR COVID test taken up to 5 days prior to arrival. All unvaccinated travelers must present a negative RT-PCR COVID test taken up to 5 days prior to entering St. Lucia. All travelers must register their information, upload test results online prior to travel on the official website. The Russian invasion continued to have negative effect on tourism. And there's a whole bunch of stories, folks. So I just kind of trying to summarize a little bit of all of them. Finnair has called employee representatives to discuss plans on possible furloughs for cabin and crew. The decision follows the closure of Russian airspace, which has severely impacted that carrier. Of course, Finland, anything that flies to the east has to go over Russian airspace. So that's definitely put them in a clink. The estimated need for additional monthly furloughs for pilot ranges from 90 to 200, and for cabin crew from 150 to 450 employees starting from April. Employees could be home for up to 3 months, they think. Princess Holland America and AIDA have all altered cruises to St. Petersburg. Princess said it was modifying itineraries on 24 cruises that had planned to call on St. Petersburg with alternative ports. Holland America said that replacement ports vary by itinerary and that 5 sailings that would have visited St. Petersburg will instead call on Baltic ports such as Riga in Latvia, Klaipėda in Lithuania, Visby in Sweden, while also adding an overnight stay in Stockholm. The cruise that was scheduled to visit Vladivostok will instead call on Busan in South Korea. And AIDA, which of course is Carnival owned, said it would adjust the itineraries of AIDA Diva, AIDA Mar, AIDA Nova, and AIDA Vita this summer to avoid St. Petersburg. The port will be replaced by various destinations, including Riga, Copenhagen, Oslo, and Visby. Sabre Corporation has terminated its distribution agreement, come on, tongue, with Aeroflot, the largest government majority-owned carrier in Russia. The company said it was taking immediate steps to remove Aeroflot flight content from its global distribution system. Sabre is a software and technology company that powers the global travel industry. On February the 25th, the day after the start of the invasion, every booking that was made for travel to Russia was outweighed by 6 cancellations of previous bookings. The source market exhibiting the highest cancellation rate in order of volume were Germany, 773%, France, 472%, Italy down to 152%, UK 254%, India 285%, Turkey 116%. Of course, the invasion also triggered a collapse in the market for Russian outbound travel, because those planes all got turned back. They couldn't land anywhere. So, who knows what's going to happen with that? I have some very harsh feelings about this whole situation. I will not share them with you here because they are entirely too political. But I think it's time to put a stop to it. American Cruise Lines has announced new land packages for post-cruise exploration of the country's national parks. For 2022, American has added 3 and 7-night national parks post-cruise packages, which allow guests to extend their cruise experience and enjoy personalized guided exploration on land in several of the nation's most famous national parks. You know, it's amazing. I've talked about American Cruise Line more in the last 30 days than I have in the last 5 years. Amazing. The new land packages are commissionable for travel advisors, the company said in a news release this morning. Americans Columbia and Snake River cruises visit Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. And now with the new national park post-cruise packages, guests will be able to visit Wyoming and Montana, delighting in guiding explorations through 3 national parks, Glacier, Yellowstone, and Grand Teton. All national park packages feature a private guide through the journey, as well as specialized local guide and park rangers for daily experiences. Hats off to American Cruise Line. Not only are they buying a bunch of ships that are being built in the United States, they're expanding now and promoting the parks as well with their cruises. Good for them. Lindblad Expeditions announced that this April, they will venture to the Arctic earlier in the season than ever before when they bring the 126 guest National Geographic Resolution to come on, tongue. They're taking the National Geographic Resolution to Svalbard on 2 newly added departures. And that was in a press release that was sent out this morning. The expeditions will take place during the Arctic Spring Awakening, the company said. Sven Lindblad, founder of Lindblad Expeditions, will be joining the April 18th departure. The 11-day Svalbard and spring, polar bears, Arctic light, and epic ice voyages are set for April 18th and April 25th of 2022. And just for Hot Air Tom, rates begin at $11,990 per person based on double occupancy for Category 1 cabins. Sure, that's right up Hot Air Tom's line for expansion of his cruise calendar. After 2 months of voluntary suspension of operations, cruise ships will finally resume sailings in Brazil. CLIA Brazil announced on yesterday the resumption of the cruise season starting tomorrow. The rest of the season will feature 19 itineraries and will run through April 18th, while 2022-23 season will officially start in October of 2022. Last week, Brazil Ministry of Health released a document allowing cruise ships to resume sailings on the 7th of March. There are 5 cruise ships in Brazil, but only 4 will resume cruises. While MSC will restart sailings on all 3 of its ships, Costa Cruises is taking a more cautious approach and will restart Costa Diadema, while Costa Fascinosa cruises are canceled. MSC announced the return of cruising on the 5th of its ships. MSC Prezioso will depart from Rio. MSC Seaside and MSC Splendida will depart from Santos. The company also announced the opening of sales for 4 new short cruises aboard the MSC Preziosa. The new giant of the cruise world, Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Sea, is just hours away from its first sailing with paying passengers. We got a bunch of friends and contacts that are going to be on board Wonder of the Seas. Tony and Don, JJ Crew. There's a whole bunch of folks are going to be on the sailing of Wonder of the Seas, which sails today, or sails tomorrow. Sails today. The much-awaited 18-deck high vessel, the biggest cruise ship ever built, will depart from Fort Lauderdale, Port Everglades this afternoon on its inaugural voyage to the Caribbean. 7-night trip with stops in Labadee, Haiti, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Nassau in the Bahamas, and a perfect day at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private island. The sailing is the first of 8 sailings that the vessel will operate out of Port Everglades before repositioning to the Mediterranean for the summer season. So, that's it for the news, despite my tongue being tied numerous times this morning. So let's see who's over here in the chat room today. Hot Air Tom says Cindy's at home. Hot Air Tom's away. Well, glad Hot Air Tom is here. And Cindy, if you've gotten rid of Tom for the day, God bless you. Certainly a good move on your part. Carol's with us. Kenneth's here. Good morning from Ken and Robin. Google is not always your friend. Man, I tell you what, Hot Air, I just about panicked. I thought, oh my God, here I've canceled out the show tomorrow, and now today's show is going to get screwed up. I was about to, wow. But thankfully, it all worked out. I got the script back. I got StreamYard back. I got everything back. My email that I was writing when it went out. Wow, what a mess. Hot Air asked Kenneth, how is the cruise? Kenneth says it's been really nice and relaxing, very nice weather. We've had, we're sad it's almost over. Yep, I always am. I hate the last day. Yeah, the last day when you're going into port and you got to get off the next day. Because, you got, at least for me, there's all kinds of stuff I got to do. That's when I start going around and getting my tips paid because I don't want to miss anybody. So I do that on the last day. Invariably, I've needed to film something that I haven't gotten back to. Want to go do that. And then, got to pack. Got to make sure the suitcase and all that stuff is done and ready and get to go put it outside. And not real fond of the last day of a cruise. Nanook of the North, John, is with us. Tried to wake him up this morning. He was already awake. I tried. New predictions have come out, and they say we only have 44 more days of extremely cold weather. Celebration continues. 45 more days of cold weather for Nanook in the North, John, that averages 30 below zero and 9 feet of snow. It's supposed to be 67 on Sunday, and I believe the rest of the week in the 40s. It was 72 yesterday here in Virginia. That was nice. When I got up this morning, it was 28. So it's cold again today. But this is the only cold day, and then tomorrow it's going to be back in the 60s. It will work its way up between 60 and 70. I mean, we're in that part of the year. We'll still get a few coldish like last night. Yeah, it was cold. Heat came on, But it was nice yesterday. I was outside in short sleeves and comfortable. Kenneth says, John, you can keep the extremely cold weather. I agree with Kenneth. How much snow have you gotten so far this winter? They have had snow, not near as much as I claim that they have. They haven't had 9 feet of snow. 8 feet, but not 9 feet. Nikki's with us. Good morning, everyone. Today is 3/4, a date that is also a complete sentence. Very good. So, wow, there's not many people in the chat room today. Where is everybody? Or did I can't post comments to some destinations, learn more? Maybe the StreamYard is not keeping up with the comments. Let me stick one in and see what happens. Y'all. Oh, it popped in. Okay. I guess we just don't have a big audience here today. That's okay. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'm going to go back to therapy this afternoon, my physical therapy, and let them abuse me some more. As always, folks, I certainly appreciate your being here. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. I'm really surprised we have so few people in the chat room today. That is very unusual for any day, but especially a weekday. So anyway, folks, if you're sailing this weekend on one of the ships, have a wonderful cruise. And as always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all meet on the high seas. For today, this is the old fat travel guy. I'll see everybody for Cruise Amigos on Sunday. Pete and Allison's Cruising for Solo show Sunday evening after Cruise Amigos. I'll see everybody back here for Travel and Cruise Industry News on Monday. No show tomorrow. That's it for the weekend, folks. You guys have a terrific weekend. I'll see everybody either Sunday or Monday. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.